Hi, good evening. It's Rob Yates again here for the Tetrakey Business Coaching Facebook Live sessions that we're doing all the way throughout 2017. I'm the CEO of Tetrakey, and this year I've decided that we are going to do 260 Facebook Live business coaching and business thought leadership sessions during the year. That is some 2,600 minutes of free content or 44 hours, specially for you. This evening we're going to talk about does your business values drive ever-increasing profit, or are they a plain waste of time? Your ticket to the game, as ever with these sessions, and this is number 5 of 260 for this year, and so if you haven't taken part before, your ticket to the game is to click like, to click share, and be a real thought leader in your own capacity by passing on high quality business information to the people in your network. If you're here with us on Medium tonight, please go and click the heart button, and everybody else on Facebook, click like, click share, or do whatever you need to on Instagram, because frankly we're there and I haven't quite worked it out yet. During this session, when we are going to be talking about your business values, do you have them, do you not? What do they mean? How can they drive profit, ever increasing profit, or how can they detract from your profit line and cause chaos and confusion in your business? Feel free to write a comment, say hi, ask a question. I love questions, and all questions I will get back to within the next 12 hours or so. It's 9 p.m. here in South Africa, and I've been working since 5 o'clock this morning, and so if I don't get around to a question till tomorrow morning, I apologise. Please click like and follow our Facebook page as well, and check out the news section on tetrakey.com for some new blogs and things that we've put up this week. Hi Kenneth, welcome, thank you for joining us. So click like, and importantly click share. That's the button I really want you to push. I want to say a huge thank you today to Chuck Dorset. He's a friend and client from Seattle who sent me some feedback on the sessions in ways in which I can make them better. I'm trying a couple of bits tonight. Hopefully I'll look down and look up and look all over the place less often as I've rearranged how I'm presenting. And so thank you, Chuck. And anybody else with any feedback, I love feedback. So here's the thing. Businesses have values. You see, your business has a set of values even if you haven't written them down yet. Your business values can help align all of the people and your products to serve customers to a really high degree. However, in most medium to large size businesses, these business values are there and present, and yet they actually erode the business. Large businesses and corporates often have values. You see them on their year-end documents, their financial reports, in their reception areas. And they use words like respect, like leadership, like engagement, integrity, dignity, innovate, excellence, all these wonderful words. And then when you engage with their workforce, you find that the workforce is not walking that talk of those words. In fact, I'm going to say in 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 large businesses and corporations that I've personally worked in, that is the case. You know, for a business to innovate, there needs to be a lack of fear in the business, and decisions need to happen quickly. And by quickly, I mean a decision has to happen now, in the next 15 seconds, and should be executed on in the next 24 hours. Quite often, businesses, though, use the word innovation, and still months, years later, they're still carrying on doing the same thing in roughly the same way, and that level of innovation has seen this minute little change, which frankly has made no difference to the real end result of the business. And at that point in time, your business becomes not congruent. It isn't walking its own talk, and those values start to be destructive. You see, because as a customer or an outsider to your business, you expect that if the business says respect, that the business respects itself, it respects its workforce, and it respects its clients. And it respects its non-clients, the people who have said no as well. And if you don't experience that level of respect for 100% of the time that you're engaging with that business, the business is not congruent, and therefore it often sees its profit margins stall or decrease. And you can tell when a business is not congruent with its values, because if you ask the same question to 4 different employees around a value, you're going to get 4 very, very different responses. So here's the thing. When a business is congruent, it does have a set of core values and it does walk its own talk, it becomes immensely powerful. Because you see, one of the two things I suppose, that people really, really, really like more than anything else in a business is consistency and an evidence that every person in the business is walking their own talk. If this is valuable to you in any way whatsoever, and if you've got any form of aha moment, this could be me in my business, and certainly your business does need values, but also must execute on them to 100% and nothing less. Please, if that's the case for you, click share, click like. You can click it repetitively within the session, and the more the merrier. I just get a little ego trip and feel all warm and fuzzy about the quantity of likes I get. I want to talk to you as well then about, the values are your choice. And I want to take you through 3 that I've chosen for Tetrakey with my business partners over the past few years in setting up the business. And then I'm going to take you through what we do in terms of walking the talk. So you get a real life example of how we go about it. Because knowing all the theory is wonderful, but actually being able to go and come up with it for yourself and then go and put it into practice in your business is vitally important, and ensures that your whole business workforce is 100% aligned in the profitable direction that you've chosen through some form of goal setting, strategy writing, or whatever it may be. So the first one is for us is that progress forwards to success is the only option. We believe that failure is progress forwards, as long as the failure in the same way, in the same kind, is not repeated. So we have to learn from all our mistakes, pick ourselves up and keep moving forwards. You can see that in terms of the feedback that I had from Chuck. Get something, take the feedback, deliver on it, improve, move forwards. It's always the way forwards for us. Everything is about moving forwards. We already know we're going to achieve our 2020 goals in 2017 because we are moving forwards. And yet most businesses do the opposite of this. They have a momentary glitch and the manic depression almost sets into the business. It becomes doom and gloom and the business stalls. It's like the sails lose all their wind. And for us, those moments are perfect moments to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off and go 4 times harder, because the businesses that do that always win. Another one of our core values is respect and 100% honesty to all people at all times. The respect in this is really, really important, because honesty without respect can be very attacking. But honesty that's given with permission and given respectfully actually is amazingly useful to all business owners, because it's, even though sometimes that honesty sucks, it allows us to know exactly where we are at any one point in time. And you see, here's the thing. We all think that we're pretty good, if not brilliant, I hope, at what we do. We think our businesses are the best ever. We've got the best services and the best products, and we get stuck in our own little bubble, our little thing of isolation. And it takes that feedback from outside, that honesty, to come in for us to improve, for us to realise that actually what we've got isn't quite as great as we think it is. Actually, if we tweak it and adjust it, we can go forwards to our first value and make it better. And so we want that from the whole world about us, that respect and that honesty. I'm a firm believer in asking for permission before I'm honest. And it's interesting that nobody's ever said no to me. Would you mind if I'm honest with you? Nobody's ever said no to me. And because they've permitted me to be honest, they are more open to the feedback and the information that we're giving. And the third thing that you'll see in our business as a value that you could also put in your value is the value of urgency wins. I mean, urgency wins, and everything can be done in 24 hours or less. And we put that value into every single activity that we do in the business. It's not how good you are in the business in this day and age. It is the fact that you're the first person to market your business and offer your services to the world. You can get better with time, but if you wait to be perfect, you never will be, and somebody else will outmarket you, outplay you, outprice you, be first to market, and therefore be seen as a market leader. So urgency, get something together, push it out there, and everything can be done in 24 hours or less. And if it can't, then it should be done in 3 days or less. In fact, to that point, myself and one of my business partners have got Friday, Saturday, Sunday booked out solid in our diary for this weekend coming. And we are going to take the idea of a business through to being ready to launch and profitable by the end of Sunday. We're going to start trading on the end of Sunday. On Monday morning, we're going to be there busy going for it, having a product to sell. Because you can launch a business that quickly if urgency wins. Getting shit done is so important. Stop worrying about what should I do first, when should I do it, what's a bigger priority. Pick up something, do it, complete it, pick up something else, do it, complete it, and you will feel great about yourself. So there's an example of 3 values that we have within Tetrakey. That of progressing forwards to success is the only option, respect and 100% honesty to people at all times, and urgency wins. Now you can have any values you like in your business, but I suggest that you need to have 5 to 7 values, or 5's a good number, of values that you run everything by. They're core to you, they're central, they're your why, they're your purpose. And every time you interact with people, you mention them over and over and over again, and you demonstrate them by all of your actions all of the time. There's some great ways, 2 great ways of ensuring your business is aligned with its values. The first one is to talk about them all of the time, and everybody should be talking about them all of the time when doing everything. If somebody's in the dining area, in the coffee bar, I would be expecting as a business owner or a director to be hearing my workforce talking about their work linked to the values. Your values are there because of strategy, so they're therefore talking about strategy, and strategy leads to profits. They're talking about your profit. The second thing that I do is start every meeting asking everybody in the meeting for a specific example of how they've actioned one of the values in the last 24 hours, how they've walked that talk specifically, and ask them to say it in 1 minute or less in public to everybody else. What that does is it forces people continually to be thinking about the values, thinking about their actions, because they're going to be publicly held accountable to that at least once a day for a morning meeting, if not more often. And what it does is it starts to get them to psychologically align those valuables, those core profitable words of yours, into some form of action, and holds the whole of your workforce together. They're glued around a central purpose, a central value. So there's some thoughts for you. So do you have values in your business? If yes, are they empowering your workforce to be aligned and to strategically work towards serving your customers, or are they just bits of paper, words on a wall, words in a report, and therefore destructing your business? And if you don't have some values, they're amazingly powerful. Go and think of the 4 or 5 things that you want your business to be best regarded for, or you to be best regarded for, and start getting your team talking about them and demonstrating to you in their actions what they do with those on at least a daily basis. There's far more we can do around values, but these are core and key to the growth of your business and demonstrate clear business congruence. So please go and do something with this. If any part of this tonight has been of value to you, please click like, please click share it amongst your networks, on your pages, in a group that you're part of, on Medium, press the heart, and keep getting the message out there and become a thought leader in your industry by providing valuable information to the people in your industry on how they can become the very best version of themselves. Tomorrow evening's really exciting for me. Tomorrow evening is one of our Coach the Coaches session, where one of our directors will be working with a small team of coaches who are working for us here in Johannesburg and doing their monthly coaching sessions, because every good coach should have a coach. And if they don't, they're just not a good coach. So tomorrow evening we'll be doing that. In this session, our coaches are going to be providing you with the answer to this question. If they could give a client one piece of advice, and only one, to go and make the biggest difference possible in their business, what would it be? So that's tomorrow evening. I'm really excited. I've seen the final draft of our book about an hour ago, and the book I think is going to be live on Wednesday, free to you for those who are following us on Facebook. So I look forward to launching that with you on Wednesday. And if nothing else, value you, value your business, value your customers, and have a wonderful next 24 hours. My name's Rob Yates. I'm the CEO of Tetrakey.com, and I look forward to serving you again in 24 hours' time. Stay awesome.